Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. It's brand new build day, and from the folks over at Deagostini Collectibles, I present to you the Ferrari 330 P4. Now this is an iconic race car. When I first saw this, I thought, yeah, I've got to do this. So let me tell you a little bit about that car. The Ferrari 330 P4 is an iconic sports prototype car known for its racing prowess in the mid-1960s. The 330 P4 was equipped with a 4-litre V12 engine which produced around 450 horsepower. This engine was a development of the previous 330P series engines, offering improved power and reliability. The 330 P4 was celebrated for its exceptional speed and handling. It can exceed 320 kilometers an hour, that's 199 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest cars of its time. As such, it won the 1967 Daytona 24 Hour. It came first and second on the 1967 Monza 1000 kilometers. And even though it didn't win 1967 Le Mans, it had a very strong performance. Designed by Pininfarina, the 330 P4 had a sleek aerodynamic body with a distinctive long nose and a more aggressive stance compared to its predecessors. The chassis was made from a tubular steel space frame, providing both lightness and strength. The Ferrari 330 P4 is often regarded as one of the most beautiful and effective racing cars ever produced by Ferrari, combining art and performance in a way few cars have managed. Its legacy is cemented not only by its racing victories, but its enduring aesthetic appeal. Now, as I did mention, this is available for the folks over at Deagostini Collectibles. Shortly, I'm going to show you the brochure and show you what you get if you do subscribe to this. I have put a link in the video description there so you can actually get this for yourself. Now, in the first pack, you do get the first 2 stages, and that's what I'm going to be doing through today. But I think let's show you the brochure, show you what you get if you subscribe. So this is what I showed you at the start of the video, and this is just the introduction letter from Deagostini Collectibles telling you about your collection and how you can manage your account online. And this is the brochure. Now, each stage does come with its own magazine, and there's some details about the car there. Looking pretty cool, huh? Now, it's a remote control car, so all the operations on this car, the lights, the sounds, all of that are operated through this remote control. It's a 1/8 scale model, as you can see here. You've got rubbers and metal wheels, the functioning doors, hood and trunk, backlit dashboard, quad headlights. It looks pretty amazing. And for a rough idea of the size of this, it's 21 inches long, it's 5 inches roughly high, and it looks like it's 9 inches wide. So going to be pretty cool. Now, if you do subscribe, at the time of doing this video, these are the free gifts. These could change later on down the line. But as you see, the first gift you get is the magazine slipcase. Second gift is a screw box. On the third gift, you've got this Ferrari cap here as well. Now, if I turn to the back, there is a premium offer here, as you can see, with a display case looking like that, and you also get a 1/24 scale replica of the car if you pay with PayPal. So once again, if you do want to build along with me, I am going to be building this on the channel. Just check out that link in the video description. But I'm going to start this now, so without further ado, new build day, let's get cracking. And here we go. This is stage 1. I always get emotional at the start of builds. Why is that? I don't know why that is. Okay, here's the magazine telling you all about the car and the various races that it's been in. Looking like this. And the first thing we're going to do is the left-hand steering wheel, headlights, and the door. Quite a few bits in here, and as you see, they do provide a screwdriver. I'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to be putting headlights together, steering wheel together, so it's looking just like that. There you go. And this is everything we get in the first pack. So I'm going to open this box up. So this is a screwdriver that comes with a build. As you can see, it looks like this is a Phillips head. It's a PH0 size screwdriver. Now I do use my own screwdriver because I like having the extra length and a bit more torque on the handle. So this is a PH0 wearer screwdriver. This is available in my Amazon store, just so you know. And the first thing we're going to create is the steering wheel column. From these 2 parts here, this is metal, which is pretty cool. And all I'm going to do, we've got a lug here, which is going to go into the larger hole here to put those together. But I am going to be putting a screw just into this side here to hold that into place. Now, it's an AM screw, and on these builds, all the packs have the screws labelled like that. Now, because I'm going into metal, it will make your life a lot easier. If you watch the channel long enough, you know what I'm going to say. if you actually just dip the tip of the screw in a little bit of oil. Now I use a 3-in-1 oil, but I'm guessing any oil you can use. I've even known people use cooking oil, but it's just to lubricate the screw as it goes in like this. So there you go, that's in place. Bring over the steering wheel, which again is all metal, and I'm going to be putting this into that position there. It's just going to go in like that. And once again, an AM screw through the other side to hold that into place here. You want it nice and tight, so there's no wobble on this steering wheel. That's all good. All we've got to do then is hide this screw hole, and we've got a Ferrari badge here. Now if the steering wheel is this way up, looking at the top camera, I obviously want the horse to be facing the right way up. So it's so tiny, gonna need my magnifying glasses. And then push that in, so that looks like that. Perfect. Just put that to one side because now we're going to be creating the headlights. So for that, I'm going to need a couple of things. First, this reflector looking like this, and then this surround for that. Now, as you see, we've got 2 holes here, 2 lugs here, and we've got this guiding lug on this side. It's going to go into, you can see there, those 3 holes there. So it's just a case of lining this up and pushing that into place like that. I've then got the lens, which is going to go onto the reflector. Now the lens has got a little notch on this side. I don't know if you can see that. And the same notch is into the reflector here. So it's just a case of lining that notch up and pushing that into place. Now you know you've got it in right because it won't fall out, as you can see. Bring over the surround for the headlight here. And we want to make sure that the light's the right way up. It's got some writing on it, which to me now is upside down. It needs to be upside down because when I put this in like this, it's going to be mounted like that. So then that lens is the right way round. Now it's secured in with AP screws in this bag here. Now the M at the end of a screw means it's going into metal, and with the P it means it's going into plastic. Now with the plastic ones you don't have to put oil on them. So get these in here, one this side and one the other side here. And then this whole thing is going to be put into this mount here, and probably best on the top camera is just a case of putting it into the bottom like that. Now you can see where we're going to be holding this. If I turn this over, it's going to be held into these 2 holes just here and here. And they are once again AP screws. So that's the 2 bottom ones into place, and then as you see just on the top here we've got another 2 holes, 2 AP screws, just put the tops in. So one there, and that's in so tight now that's going nowhere, and one here. So that's how that's looking. Put that to one side, and now we're going to be doing the same thing but on a lot smaller scale, as you can see here. So first thing I want is this tiny surround bevel here and a tiny lens looking like this. I'm just going to be pushing the lens into this side here. Now there is notches either side to accommodate the lugs that you see there, but that's how that looks. And then what we just created is just going to go onto this section just here. So it's a case of just lining up those 2 lugs with the holes here and just push that into place. So I'm just checking that I can see the lugs just out the other side. It's holding itself in, so that looks like that. Then we're going to be creating this mount here and putting a reflector in exactly like we did the first way round. This time I want to match this notch with the notch we've got on there. So it's going to go in like this, as you can see. So both of those notches are matched onto the side. Put the lens glass in again. I'm using the word notch a lot, aren't I? That notch there into the hole here. And then push that in so it doesn't come out. And then this one is going to go into the larger hole next to it just there. Again, 2 lugs just to push that in, making sure it's the right way round so the writing on the lens is the right way up. Get that pushed all the way in, and that is the finished headlight. That's all there is to do in that stage, but there is one thing you haven't seen, and that is this metal door. All metal, all the decals are already on that for you. You haven't got to do that, and that's what it looks like from that side. Move on to stage 2. So here is the magazine for stage 2. looking just like this. Again, lots of articles about the car and various races that it was in. It's not just the Ferrari, it will go into details of other cars as well. And we're going to be doing the left front wheel, which means we're creating the rim, the brake disc, we've got the hub there, and we've got the wheel. We're going to be putting all of these together just like this, and then creating the disc as you can see there. So that looks like that. And this is everything we get in the box. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to be taking the tyre. I'm going to be putting one of the rims onto the top of the tyre here, like this. Now, you've got to check out this detail. This really is how fine the detail goes. I'm just going to push that into place there. Check this. Look, you've got counterbalancing weights on the outside. Already put in. I think that's brilliant. Turn this over, and then I've got the other side of the rim here, which I need to line up with the ones here. Now, one of these holes, if you look on the top, one of these tabs does not have a hole in it. We want to match that one with the blank tab there. So that's going in just like that. They're all held together with AM screws. It's all metal, so once again I am going to be using oil, but slightly different this time. Rather than use my PH0 screwdriver, I'm going to use my PH1 screwdriver because you do get a lot more torque on this. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm starting it up, but I'm not making it too tight, just a few turns, because we do want this to be quite uniform when I'm tying them up. Tightening them up, should I say. This one in here. And then when I've got 3 in, because it's 3 screws we're holding this down with, perfect, I can then tighten them up as hard as I can possibly get them. And there we go. That is first tyre completed. Put that to one side. I've got 3 parts left. We're actually going to be making the brake disc, and that's just a case of putting these 2 parts together. So I'm going to be putting the lugs through the holes here, line them up, push them in, and you see it makes a perfect brake disc there. And I'm going to hold that in with AP screws. Got them in this bag. And I'm going to secure these into the 2 positions at the bottom, and that will stop those 2 parts coming apart. And this is the last screw just going in here. And with that completed, that's all there is to do in that stage. We do have the hub here, which will eventually go on the wheel kind of like that. Just to give you an idea of how that goes. It's going to hide the hole for the screw that we're actually going to be attaching this to the car. But for this whole pack, we've basically done this. We've done the steering wheel. We've obviously done the headlight here. And I did show you the door as well. Now this is shaping up to be an absolutely brilliant build. As I showed you the pictures just at the start of this, the engine detail looks to be exquisite. I can't wait to actually get onto that. Once again, if you do want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.